Hey guys, I'm John, and in this video we're going to find out how ace I think this is. So guys, here we go. Unbelievably, I finally managed to get my hands on a PS5. I mean, how ace is that? Look at it. Oh man, this thing is an absolute monster of a console. I mean, I know people say, and I've seen videos, and I know obviously it's been out for nearly a year now, to be honest with you. It's coming up to it. And there's plenty of videos out there, but because I finally got one, I'm so excited about it. I just want to share with you guys sort of how I feel with it. So that's what this is, okay? So this is my sort of first impressions of the PS5, okay? So, as it is. Now, it is just huge. This thing is a beast. It is just a monster of a console. It is unbelievable. I have it standing upright because, to be honest with you, I've got nowhere to put it. So it stands upright and it sits literally on the floor next to the TV cabinet, just grazing the underside of the TV's bezel. So it is very, 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 very hard to allocate a place for it. But do you know what? At first, I didn't like the overall aesthetic look of it, but you know, now I've got it. It's really nice, man. I'm really impressed with it. When they were first announced, I was a bit like, "What the hell is that?" You know what I mean? If it was yellow and green, it'd look like Cell's head out of the Dragon Ball saga, but it doesn't quite like. It still looks like Cell, to be fair. You know, if I just sort of give it a paint job and put a face on the front of it, it would look like, you know, perfect form of Cell. If you looked at it that way. I mean, can you imagine his head there? Yeah. It looks like Cell, anyway. So that's what it is. So, but it's not. It's white. So, and I know you can get these third-party plates where you can change them and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not going to do that just yet. You know, I'm just going to sit with it and see how it goes. But overall, this is my first 4K gaming console, which is just, it's amazing, man. It's just so good. So I had a PS4 Slim. So I started off with a sort of a release, first release PS4, and then I got a PS4 Slim. I've never had a PS4 Pro. I've never played a PS4 Pro. Same with the Xbox. I've got sort of an OG Xbox One. Never went for the Xbox One X. So on any front, I've never played 4K gaming, and this is my sort of first step into it. So for me, this was a big sort of graphical upgrade, and I was sort of very interested to see if the step up was worth it. You know, this is the big thing. So 4K gaming is now the next sort of thing that they're on about. You know, 60 frames a second, and I just wanted to, you know, so this was what I was hoping. I was hoping that I was going to buy it and it was going to be worth it because, you know, it's a lot of money to spend on a console, and I wanted it to feel next gen, okay? So I've been searching and searching. I managed to go to Smith's Toys, and they had pre-orders on there in their video game department that just said, put a £20 deposit for a pre-order. So I did that, and it took just under 2 weeks. Okay, so it's just under 2 weeks it's taken, and it's finally here. So that's one thing I'm really happy about. It didn't take too long. And do you know what, right? The thing with this, compared to like the PS4 Slim or the Xbox One, or anything for that matter, is just how damn fast it is. Like, everything in it is so quick. It's unbelievable, man. It's just instant loading, instant, and that's a big thing. Okay, so for me, that's revolutionary, and that makes a lot of this worthwhile because there's no waiting around. There's hardly anything. So like booting games up, even if you turn the console off, don't put it in rest mode, just completely power the damn thing off, so it's dead, man. And then you turn it on and it loads up, and like you put a disc in, and it's just so rapid, man. It's like, compared to what they were, the new SSDs in these, just to show what the power can do. And it'll be really interesting going forward when games are getting bigger and better and more optimized for these consoles, rather than sort of whenever a console generation starts, the first sort of year or so, the games never quite hit the full sort of stride of what the capabilities of a console are. And if this now is a sort of show of what we can expect, then going forward, oh man, I can't wait to see what we're going to get going forward, because these games now are incredible. So, and that's the thing now. So it's so quick, it's so good looking, everything on it. Now the new interface on this, the new home screen. Oh, do you know what? I'm not sold on it just yet. Okay. So Sony have gone for a brand new interface. So the XMB sort of from the PS4 is now sort of gone, and they've had a new sort of interface, and it works to a certain degree, but then on others, I don't know. I'm not. I know I'm still learning. I've only had it for sort of a day, and I don't know. I think there are things that you could tweak, and over time with updates, I think that'll be a big improvement. So. Things like finding your trophies are a bit of a ball ache now. Instead of just going straight to the top and it's there, you've sort of got to go onto your profile and then your trophies. And I do like collecting trophies, you know what I mean? So it's one of them things where it's like it's a bit of a pain to sort of navigate to sort of just for a simple thing as just searching for trophies. Hopefully something they can do with future updates. And also, like normally on the PlayStation 4, you press the PlayStation button, you go straight home. On this one, you don't. It brings up like a sub menu, similar to what the Xbox does. When the Xbox, you press that, it comes up with a menu like that. Sort of, they've gone a little bit similar route to that. Different format, but the same sort of process that goes into it, and it brings up all your personal things. And then, if you want to go to the home, you have to hold the PlayStation button to take you back to the home menu. That's something I'm struggling to get used to. I'm getting there, but like because I've been playing on the others for that long, PlayStation is just it's weird, man. It's weird. So that's sort of a little bit about like how it's improved and how I'm really happy. 4K graphics, 60 frames a second is revolutionary. Okay, so it's just unbelievable. I'm seeing things when I'm playing games and the details, and I'm just blown away. Just small details. So I've been playing through a lot of Spiderman Miles Morales at the minute. Now, I didn't buy this on the PS4 because, do you know what, right? This game released on both consoles and for both sorts of generations. And if I'm going to play, do you know what? I want to play it in the best format I possibly could. So I held off buying it. I didn't play it. And sort of bought it to go with the PlayStation. So it's sort of one of the first things I've done is booted up Spider-Man Miles Morales. And, oh... dude, it's amazing. Like, seriously, what Insomniac have done for a launch title on this new console is incredible. I mean, I can't comment what it looks like on a PS4 because I haven't played it. And compared to what my PS4 looked like, because it wasn't in 4K, I can go to Pro, then the upgrade is just incredible. Okay, so like, everything in it, like the particle effects, the distance that you can see, the details on the suit and everything, and like, I'm just absolutely blown away. And there are certain scenes where, like in the cutscenes, it's sort of panning around certain areas and buildings, and it is like movie-like quality. It sort of gets to that boundary of sort of, is it real, is it not real? It really sort of pushes sort of the capabilities of what video gaming can be. And honestly, I can't wait to see what they'll do with Spider-Man 2. Because if this is any indication of what this console generation can do, then I am very, very optimistic of what we can get. Now, one of the big draws as well with the PS5 is the DualSense controller. Okay, now this is something I was very interested in because you read a lot of things and you hear a lot of people talking and like, oh, it's revolutionary and it's a thing that makes it next gen and this. I'm like, yeah, but does it? Do you know what I mean? Haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, all this kind of stuff, you know. But you know what? It really does make a difference. I'm absolutely mesmerised. So, every PS5 comes pre-installed with a game called Astro's Playroom, which I think is absolutely awesome. And kudos to Sony for actually giving everybody a game to play, okay? It's not the greatest game ever made, I'm not saying that, but it's still nice to have a console, get it home and have a game to play on it. This is something that they don't do anymore. I think the last time I had something that had a game pre-installed, like properly, was when I had a Master System and it had Alex Kidd and Miracle World installed, which, great game, awesome game. But now, sort of, they don't sort of do that. You know, sometimes you get a bundle where you get a console and a game, and it's on disc sort of thing, but not pre-installed. So it's really nice to actually have a game that's just ready to go, ready to roll. And Astro's Playroom does an amazing job of sort of showing you the functionality of what this thing can do. Okay, so you've got your haptic feedback, and it's got like separate sort of vibrator motors running all through it, so they can sort of go independently at certain times. So depending on where sort of things are happening, it'll vibe on one side or the other, or you'll feel the vibrations go from one side of the pad and move across, and it's incredible on an immersive sort of viewpoint from it. And then the triggers, the adaptive triggers, so the triggers at the minute obviously because it's not on, but like they do have resistance, and you'll get to a point where you're pulling them and it has to really sort of pull down, and it's incredible because it really adds to that sort of, like say, that immersion, that other sort of step up from it. Your light bar this time just comes at the sides, it hasn't got one at the top like the PS4 did. Still got a touchpad, the same as the PS4 did. But this time the thing is, you've got a microphone pre-installed onto your pad. It's still got the speaker on it, but now you can sort of talk into it, and there's no need for a headset. So they don't come with a headset. I still have my PS4 headset, which I used when I sort of played online this morning with my son. So we were still talking that way. One thing of note when you do get it, and it is a setting that I've changed, whenever you start the console, when you first get it, they come with the microphone just always on. So whenever you turn the console on, the microphone's always on. Okay, so it's there ready for you to go and chat and party chat or whatever. But if you don't want to chat, then what you have to do, press the button, it'll go orange to show that it's not working, and you're not in chat then. So you can go in to play multiplayer games then and not have to worry that somebody can hear your conversation you're having, you know what I mean? Which, something I want. But I went into the settings and changed it so that the microphone, when the console starts, is off. So guys, if you don't want that, then just be aware that there is a setting in there that you can change to the microphone. So when my pad comes on now, the button's glowing orange because I don't want it turned on. And that works the same because I used a headset this morning. So you plug the headset in, and you have to press the button again to turn the microphone on, so it's functioning. It's just something that to be aware of, that if you don't want to go in and you don't want anybody to hear your chats, you want it to be your choice of whether you do or don't, then just be aware that feature's there. Everything else is pretty much the same, but the pad is just awesome. I really do like this pad. It's taking some getting used to because it's just such a chunky mama. Hey, look at that. It is really, really chunky, and for a PlayStation pad, it's quite heavy as well, because normally the PS pads, they're quite light, and it's like the Xbox pads are like the big effer pads. They've never done anything quite like the Duke, like they did with the OG Xbox, but this really is a chunky pad. Now, as sort of Beck says, when I brought it home yesterday, she was like, the pad looks like something from Avengers Endgame, so it looks like the nano suits from, the time travel suits from Avengers Endgame. Which, do you know what? After she said it, yeah, they do. Do you know what I mean? They look like the time travel suits from the Avengers, but maybe that's what they were going for. The superhero look. Who knows? So, that's the DualSense, which is it's just amazing. Honestly, awesome. So, games I've got. Obviously, everyone comes with pre-install with that. I've got Miles Morales, I've been playing through that. The other game I brought is Immortals Phoenix Rising. I have not played this yet, but it's a game I've been wanting to play for a long time, and, played it on the best place, played it on the next gen. Well, it's now the current gen. It's now current gen because I've got one, right? It's no longer next gen. So that's sort of what I'm going to play after play Miles Morales. Now, I have booted Fortnite up, and oh my god, the graphical update on that is just insane, man. Fortnite's never looked better. I was just blown away by that. And the big thing with Fortnite is on the PS4, oh man, it takes ages to load up. Fortnite does. Like, my little boy plays it on his Switch, and he'll be on the menu, he'll be browsing, he'll be messing about in his locker, and I'm still on loading screen on the PS4. And I'm like, oh, come on. But like, now, I turn it on. Oh, it's like so quick. Honestly, this console just it just makes everything better. It's so quick. And I was just amazed by it. And for Fortnite, because Fortnite just takes ages, man. It's such a slow ass game. But this makes it so much quicker, and it's awesome. And like even that, you can have the adaptive triggers on that, which is really weird. Like you're trying to aim and pull, and you're like firing your guns. Oh, it's awesome. This DualSense controller is amazing. It's like that makes this a next generation of consoles. I have also tried some PS4 games on here as well. I've got a USB storage thing. I can dig it out. I've got a 4TB one that I've always had plugged into my PS4, so I've sort of shoved all my PS4 games on there, and then I've sort of whacked this in the PS5, and PS4 games work awesome as well. So I've just tried a little bit of Metro 2033 because it's a game I have been playing through recently, and even that works perfect, and it works a lot better when I was playing on the PS4. There were times where I was firing and there was no sound initially when I was firing, and then the sound would catch up. For some reason there's a little bit of delay in the sound, but on the PS5 it doesn't do that. Even though they're both working off the external drive, then I don't know, it seems to just run everything better. Like, it's just weird. I have moved over the Avengers, Marvel's Avengers, and got a free PS5 upgrade, which I haven't yet looked at, so hopefully that will run even better. Can't wait to see that actually, because it's a really good looking game anyway, but to see it running 4K and 60 frames, it's probably going to change the game and make it even better. So I've moved that over, which is awesome. One thing I've noticed, it does say that all PS4 games, 99% of PS4 games work or whatever. I have had a few issues this morning. I'm trying to install Division 2 and Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I had both of them. Like I say, I moved everything over to the external, and for some reason they just wouldn't install the update. It just said can't install. Didn't tell me why. I just kept saying there was a problem. So I deleted them. I thought try again. I put the disc in for the Division, and it just said copying, and it was stuck at 1%. And then after about 10 minutes, it came up saying error, can't do it. Which is really frustrating because I know these games have had like PS5 patches to make them, look and run better than ever. So what I've had to do is delete everything that I could to do with those specific games. I did it more with the Division just to try it. And then I powered down the PlayStation completely. I didn't just put it in rest mode, I completely powered it off. Booted it back up, put the Division 2 in, changed it because there's a setting when you've got an external drive fitted that all PS4 games go to that drive. And what I did is turn that setting off and then tried to install the Division onto the actual console. And after a full power off and then booted it back up, it started working again. I don't know why. But apart from that little issue, that little hiccup, everything's run smoothly. But then my sort of first thoughts on it, and I'm absolutely loving it. Spiderman Miles Morales is incredible. Blown away by it. I know it's only like a glorified expansion, really, so it shouldn't take too long. I am going to blast through it. Hopefully, it's going to be my first PS5 Platinum. That's the aim, and then we'll see where I go from there. Once I have completed it, I know I'm a bit behind because it's taken me that long to get one of these damn consoles. But for every PS5 game I've played through, I will drop you guys a quick review of it. Like I say, I know there's reviews out there for all the games that are out now. Just be those that are forthcoming. But I will be dropping reviews for all the games I start playing through now, just to sort of experience the next generation and share it with you guys. Now, like I say, I've got Spider-Man Miles Morales. I have Immortals Phoenix Rising. If there's any other games out there you guys can recommend for me to sort of play on the PS5, which games you think, if you guys out there have got a PS5, just let me know down below. Let me know which games you like playing on it, which you've sort of found to be sort of revolutionary on the console. Games I am looking forward to playing on it is the new Ratchet & Clank game, Rift Apart. that just looks incredible, and I have heard it's supposed to be a true PS5 title in the way that it runs and looks and everything, so I'm looking forward to getting my hands on that. I'm also looking forward to getting Hades on the PS5. I really enjoyed the game for the little bit I've played on it because it's on Game Pass, but again, I've got an OG Xbox One, so playing it on here will just make it look better and run smoother, so that's what I'm looking forward to, because it's one of them games that sort of, you know, deserves that kind of sort of performance. And apart from that, there's lots of games coming out, and I just want you guys to let me know what games you've enjoyed, what games you recommend I should play, because, you know, this is it now, part of it. Let's share this sort of journey together, guys. Okay, if you enjoy this video, drop me a like, subscribe to the channel for more Ace content, follow me on Instagram for updates. With that, guys, happy gaming, and I'll catch you later.